A girl married a husband with autism. Her wealthy mother-in-law promised, if she could get him to say just one word, she'd reward her with $100,000. So the girl picked up a hammer and stormed in like it was a robbery for love. Meanwhile, the clueless husband was fully immersed in making butterfly specimens. Hearing no shouting outside the door, he thought she had left. But the next second, she burst right in. In that moment, he finally realized why his mother was willing to pay such a high salary to hire her. Turns out their family owned a trillion-dollar empire. But neither of her sons wanted to inherit it. The older son had autism and never spoke to anyone. The younger son was wild and free-spirited. He couldn't sit still at home. Both brothers were of marrying age, but still single. The lady of the house was so anxious. She offered high salaries to recruit daughters-in-law. Her only requirement was toughness. One day, she spotted two sisters performing on the street. The older sister was strong and silent. The younger was lively and persuasive. With their teamwork, the crowd loved the show, but the heartless boss refused to pay the agreed amount, slashing their earnings in half. The older sister almost lost it, scaring the boss to the ground. The younger one held her back. They were orphans from the same orphanage, just trying to make money to improve the kids' lives there. While they sat confused by the roadside, the wealthy lady approached them, asking if they needed a job, one that paid 100 times more. She explained, being her family's professional daughters-in-law didn't require intimacy or children, came with monthly salaries, a 500 square meter home, free driver and housekeeper services. The sisters were tempted and agreed immediately. All they had to do was get the sons to say yes. Just then, both brothers came downstairs. The younger sister was instantly drawn to the calm and handsome elder brother. The older sister liked the rebellious second son. But the older brother's cold stare made the younger sister want to back out. She pulled her sister to leave, but the lady of the house panicked and offered a huge bonus if they could make the older son say one word and keep the younger son home for just one day. She'd give each of them $100,000. The sisters froze on the spot. For the sake of the orphanage kids, they accepted the mission, but the brothers were not pleased. The second son tried to scare them away by flexing his strength, only to be instantly taken down by the older sister. Meanwhile, the younger sister launched her charm offensive, but no matter how much she talked, the older son stayed silent. Still, she was determined to break through, watching their efforts. The lady of the house smiled in satisfaction, knowing her sons were doomed. Soon the second son retaliated. He challenged the older sister to a duel. She came prepared with a bat and declared he wasn't going anywhere. But he pointed his finger and made threats. She warned him. If he didn't drop it by the count of 3, he'd regret it. Seeing she meant it, he quickly backed off, then suggested a new challenge. If she could beat him at electric guitar, he'd admit defeat and agree to marry her. Upstairs, the mother panicked. Knowing her younger son had studied music for 15 years, she worried the girl had no experience at all. Meanwhile, the elder brother had locked himself in a dark room, giving the younger sister no chance to connect. But she persistently called out to him, back to the younger pair. The older sister accepted the guitar duel and shocked everyone with her dazzling solo. The second son was captivated. It was a feeling he had never experienced before. True to his word, he agreed to marry her on the spot. The lady of the house was overjoyed. Now all that was left was the older brother. The younger sister was already charging in with a hammer. She yanked open the curtains, letting light flood the room. The older brother stood up, pointed at the door, telling her to leave. But she pretended not to notice, and said live butterflies looked better than pinned ones, and that he'd be even more handsome if he smiled and talked. Then she grabbed his earphones, only to find they had no sound. She realized marrying someone like him might be boring, but at least he was good looking. Just then, she noticed a rabbit at her feet. Surprised, she asked if he planned to turn it into a specimen too. The brother thought she was about to lecture him, but she suddenly said, might as well make spicy rabbit head. Panicking, he grabbed the rabbit and yelled at her for being cruel.